going on, guys? It's your boy the Boxing Lowdown, and I'm back here with another video. Now, as always, people, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment if you like, and I'll happily get back to you. Now, news broke today. Boxing Scene was the source. Shakur Stevenson has formally petitioned the WBC to put himself as the mandatory challenger to Devin Haneys' undisputed titles, well, the WBC title really, but the undisputed belts will all be on the line. But Shakur Stevenson has formally put in a request to the WBC for him to become mandatory to that belt. So we know the backstory of this. If you don't know, I can run it for you briefly here. Devin Haney sent out an offer to Shakur Stevenson, 75-25 per split, which of course is pretty low, to say the least. Shakur Stevenson and his team did swiftly deny that request, even though some of us were saying maybe he should take that on because, you know, there are not many options out there for him at the moment. Devin Haney had to make a lot of sacrifices to get to where he was. Should he have at least considered that per split? He didn't. He rejected it. And now he's gone via the route of the WBC to ask them to formally petition to put him as a mandatory so he could get this fight on with Devin Haney. Now, my thoughts on it is this. I was literally reading the article today. I was nodding my head. I was like, fair enough. You know, Shakur Stevenson really does want this. You know, fair enough. You know, let's see what happens. WBC wouldn't surprise me if they took him up on his request, even though Shakur Stevenson is not the mandatory. So some may say that's a level of entitlement right there for him to ask the WBC to put him as a mandatory challenger. What about everybody else in the division that's fighting for that belt, you know? But anyway, the fact that he was petitioning or even asking the WBC to put him as a mandatory challenger suggests to me that he did want the fight. But then I saw some of the finer print further down in that tweet, and it was that Shakur Stevenson and his team were going to try and advocate themselves getting a 50-50 per split. Should the fight go to purse bids, which is always the case when a mandatory is called, the fight will go to purse bids if an agreement can't be made between the two teams. So that is the first point of call, getting an agreement made once the fight has become official. If that can't be agreed, it then goes to purse bids where the highest promoter can bid for it and they'll take the rights to the fight. So what Shakur Stevenson is saying is that if it did go to purse bids, he should get a 50-50 split, but he's willing to negotiate with Devin Haney before that, you know, whatever split is needed or whatever. But listen, the whole per splits thing is not really my thing. I don't really like it too much. But with this particular issue here, I think that Shakur Stevenson needs to humble himself a little bit and realise that Devin Haney is the champion. If this 50-50 per split, what he's requesting, is genuine, I don't see where he thinks he qualifies to get 50-50. Devin Haney is the champion. He is the A side. Look at the sacrifices that this guy had to make to become undisputed champion himself. He had to leave his contract with his promoter, Eddie Hearn. He had to go and fight Kambosos over there in Australia. Then go and beat him again in the rematch. Then sign a deal with Top Rank that will keep him to that network for, I don't know, was it 3 fights, was it? Had to fight another one of their fighters in Vasyl Lomachenko after that too. All so he could get his shot at the belt. A lot of people would have advised him against it. People did advise him against it. But he believed in himself. He took it upon himself to take that deal. And it's worked out for him. Do you know what I mean? So I understand why he's going to, you know, feel like he has the leverage here. And he does. But yeah, Shakur Stevenson, as great of a fighter that he is a fantastic fighter. Probably one of the most talented young fighters out there today. He needs to really look at himself and think, look, 50-50 is not realistic. But maybe that's just a negotiation play. Maybe he knows that it's not going to be 50-50 that he'll get. Maybe he knows that if he just puts it at, you know, when some people like say that they want something as a negotiation ploy, but they'll be willing to accept less. Maybe that's what Shakur Stevenson is doing here. But yeah, curious to see how this plays out. The WBC, haven't heard anything from them yet on this, but be curious to see how it all plays out, what Devin Haney has to say about it. But yeah, Shakur Stevenson has formally petitioned the WBC to put himself as the mandatory challenger to Devin Haney's title. Let's see how it all works out, guys. And as for the fight itself, look, it would be great for boxing. I mean, what a fantastic year it would be if we managed to get Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney at some point. I'm guessing it would be later on in the year, maybe early next year if it did get made. But, you know, the good feeling in boxing would continue with a huge fight like this. Some people think that maybe we should let it marinate for a little bit. You know, they're both very young. But at this stage, I'm not down with the marinating anymore. If a great fight can be made, make it. You know what I mean? Let's capitalize on boxing as to where it is. And this will be another one right here. Will it happen? I'm not sure. Devin Haney is also in negotiations with Regis Prograis for a fight at 140. How much longer can Devin Haney boil down to 135? all of these need to be taken into consideration as well. But that's the news here, people, from me. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. What do you think is a fair purse split for Shakur Stevenson in this fight with Devin Haney if it were to get made? 75-25, that could be ridiculous, some people would say. 50-50, that could be ridiculous on the other end. Where do you stand with it all? Like, how much of a split do you think Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson should get here? Let me know in the comment section below, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.